cuties, how are you all in this great first day? So, yesterday I received too many questions and doubts about this new subject. So, I'll talk about chemistry today and hope it will help in the school, yes. Again, as I said yesterday in the last video. So, what I think about chemistry. Chemistry is a branch of physical science that studies the composition, structures, properties, and change of matter. So, chemistry is chiefly concerned with atoms and molecules and their interactions and transformations. For example, the properties of chemical bonds formed between atoms to create chemical compounds. So guys, if you don't understand something, just ask me on inbox. As such, chemistry studies the involvement of electrons and various forms of energy in photochemical reactions, oxidation, reduction reactions, changes in phases of matter, and separation of mixtures. It's a preparation of properties of complex substances such as alloys, polymers, biological molecules, and pharmaceutical agents are considered in specialized fields of chemistry. Uh, Guys, if you don't understand something, just tell me, okay? Tell me in inbox or as you want. So, chemistry is sometimes called the center of the central science because it bridges other natural sciences like physics, geology, and biology. And chemistry is a branch of physical science but distinct from physics. It's very different, guys, so don't make confusion, okay? So, the, et- the etymology of the word chemistry has been much disputed, and the story of chemistry can be traced to certain practices known as alchemy, which had been practiced for several millennia in various parts of the world. Uh, yes, and this is very right. At least I think it because it's my opinion. And the word chemistry comes from the word alchemy, an earlier set of practices that encompass the elements of chemistry, metallurgy, philosophy, astrology, astronomy, uh, mysticism, and medicine. And it's very commonly thought of as the quest to turn lead or another common starting material into gold. Into gold, guys. So, alchemy, which was practiced around 340, 50, and it's the study of the composition of waters, movements, growths, embodying, disembodying, drawings of the spirits of from bodies and bone, the spirits within bodies. An alchemist was called as chemist in popular speech, and later the suffix r was added to this to describe the art of chemist as chemistry. In my side point, in retrospect, the definition of chemistry has changed over the time as new discoveries and theories add to the functionality of the science. The term chemistry, in the view of noted scientist Robert Boyle in 1661, meant the subject of the material principles of mixed bodies. In 1663, the word chemistry meant a scientific art by which one learns to dissolve bodies and draw from them the different substances of their composition and how to unite them again and exalt them to a higher perfection. We all know what's perfection. Everything we want it perfect. So in this case, in chemistry, okay? And this definition was used by the chemist Christopher Glaser. So in the 1730, definition of the word chemistry was used by George Ernst Stahl meant the art of resolving mixed compound or aggregate bodies in their principles, and of composing such bodies from these principles, okay? So, in 1847, Jean-Baptiste Dumas considered the word chemistry to refer to science concerned with the laws and effects of molecular forces, okay, molecular. Some experiments, experiences that in that kind of definition, okay? This definition further evolved until in 1947, and it came to mean the science of substances, their structure, their properties, and the reactions that change them into other substances. This is a characterization accepted by Linus Pauling more recently in 1998, and the definition of chemistry was broadened to mean the study of matter and the changes it undergoes, as phrased by Professor Raymond Chambers. So, early civilizations such as the Egyptians, Babylonians, Indians amazed the practical knowledge concerning the arts of metallurgy, pottery, and dyes, but it didn't develop a systematic theory. So, in my side point, a basic chemical hypothesis first emerged in classical Greece with the theory of the four elements as propounded by definitely by Aristotle, stating that fire, air, earth, and water, which were the fundamental elements from which everything is formed as a combination. So the Greek atomism dates back to 440, arising in works by philosophers such as Democritus and Epicurus. In the Hellenistic world, the art of alchemy was first proliferated, mingling magic and occultism into study of natural substances with the ultimate goal of transmuting elements into gold and discovering the elixir of eternal life. Well, eternal life, such a two great worlds, great words. I think everyone wants to be eternal. I think so, in my opinion, yes. So, the English scientist John Dalton proposed the modern theory of atoms, that all substances are composed by indivisible atoms of matter and that different atoms have varying atomic weights. Atomic weights, you know what is. Yes, you know, really know this. Well, his current model of atomic structure is the quantum mechanical model. Its traditional chemistry starts with the study of elementary particles, atoms, molecules, substances, metals, crystals, and other aggregates of matter. And this matter can be studied in solid, liquid, or gas states, in isolation or in combination. Yes, and it's right. Again, it's right because I learned this before, so I know what I say. The interactions, reactions, and transformations that are studied in chemistry are usually the result of interactions between atoms, leading to rearrangements of the chemical bonds which hold atoms together. Such as behaviors are studied in a chemistry laboratories, and the chemistry laboratories stereotypically uses various forms of laboratory glassware. However, glassware is not central. It's not central to chemistry, but it's a great deal of experimental chemistry, which chemistry is done without it. Yes, actually, actually, this is very true because I heard this before. So, a chemical reaction is a transformation of some substances into one or more different substances. So, the basis of such a chemical transformation is the rearrangement of electrons in the chemical bonds between atoms. It can be symbolically depicted through a chemical equation, which usually involves atoms as subjects. So, the number of atoms on the left and the right in the equation for chemical transformation is equal when the number of atoms on either side is unequal. And the transformation is referred to as a nuclear reaction or radioactive decay. Decay, it's falling down in this case. So the type of chemical reactions a substance may undergo and the energy changes that may accompany it are constrained by certain basic rules known as chemical laws. I'm sorry, I think I failed. Chemical laws. So now I'll talk about chemical formulas because one person here yesterday have doubts about chemical formulas. So I can explain in my definition of this encyclopedia head. A chemical formula is a way of expressing information about the proportions of atoms that constitute a particular chemical compound, using a single line of chemical element symbols, numbers, and sometimes also symbols such as parentheses, dashes, brackets, and plus and minus signs. And these are limited to a single typographic line of symbols, which may include subscripts and superscripts. Well, once again in my second point, a chemical formula isn't a chemical name and it contains no words. It doesn't contain words. Although a chemical formula may imply certain simple chemical structures, it's not the same as full chemical structural formula, okay? Don't make confusion. So the chemical formulas can fully specify the structure of only the simplest of molecules, and chemical substances are generally more limited in power than are chemical names and structural formulas. So sometimes a chemical formula is complicated by being written as condensing formula, okay, which conveys additional information about the particular ways in which the atoms are chemically bounded together. Yes, and this is right again. I think so. So, either in covalent bonds, ionic bonds, or various combinations of these types of things. Actually, this is possible if the relevant bonding is easy to show in one dimension. So, I will give an example, and is the condensing molecular chemical formula of ethanol, which is CH3, CH2, or OH, or CH3, CH2, OH. So, however, even a condensed chemical formula is necessarily limited in its ability to show complex bonding relationships between atoms, especially atoms that have bonds to four or more different substituents. So, chemical formulas in my side point may be used in chemical equations to describe chemical reactions and other chemical transformations such as the dissolving of ionic compounds into solution. So guys, everything has a solution in this kind of chemistry, okay? So, while as noted, chemical formulas don't have the full power of structural formulas to show chemical relationships between atoms, because they are sufficient to keep track of numbers of atoms and numbers of electrical charges in chemical reactions, thus balancing chemical equations so that these equations can be used in chemical problems involving conservation of atoms, conservation of electric charge. So I'll explain this for simple molecules, condensed or semi-structural. The formula is a type of chemical formula that may fully imply a correct structural formula. So, for example, ethanol may be represented by the condensed chemical formula CH3CH2OH, and dimethyl ether by the condensing formula CH3OCH3. Okay, so these two molecules have the same empirical and molecular formulas. C2H6O. So, but may be differentiated by the condensing formulas shown, which are the sufficient to represent the full structure of these simple organic compounds. So guys, this is what I really understand about chemistry and chemical formulas. And for more questions, you can send me inbox. Okay. Uh, so don't have problems to ask anything you want, because I don't know if I can answer or not, but I'm sure I can answer to all your questions. Okay, guys? So don't have problems to ask me questions, because yes, maybe something I know, because I learned it. As you know, I finished the studies, so I know a little bit of everything. So guys, today this video was talking about chemistry, okay? If you have any kind of doubts, questions, or what you want to ask, don't be afraid and ask me, okay? Don't be afraid of asking, because I can answer, maybe I can answer to all your questions. So guys, don't be afraid. I don't bite anyone, okay? I don't bite anyone. I'm just a normal woman, okay? I just wanna help you. Yeah, and hope this video help you a lot. So guys, don't be afraid. Ask everything you want, since I can answer to all of your questions and doubts, okay? So guys, have a great first day. Of course, a great first day. Yes, first day. And well, guys, to finish this, as you know, science, chemistry, nature, and what I talked in the last videos, of course, are the most essential things in our lives, in our planet. Okay, so hope see you tomorrow in the next video, and the next video, it's a surprise for you all, so I can say, okay. I wanna let you be curious, and tomorrow you all know what I'll talk about, okay? So guys, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, and hope you see you next video, okay? Bye.